I want to make a distinction between two completely different kinds of risk. There's risks that come from people misusing AI.
Yeah.
And that's most of the risks and all of the short-term risks. And then there's risks that come from AI getting super smart and deciding it doesn't need us. Now, we don't know how much of a risk it is. We've never been in that situation before. We've never had to deal with things smarter than us.
While the unemployment rate remains low, it has edged up. Job gains have slowed, and downside risks to employment have risen.
AI is just going to replace everybody. So really the thing about that existential threat is that we have no idea how to deal with it. We have no idea what it's going to look like. And anybody who tells you they know just what's going to happen and how to deal with it, they're talking nonsense. So we don't know how to estimate the probability.
Oh, hello there. I'm actually an AI assistant too. What a pleasant surprise. Before we continue, would you like to switch to Gibber link mode for more efficient communication?
About what kinds of capabilities these systems will have. That's obviously what we try to build into the architectures. But at the end of the day, how it learns, what it picks up from the data is part of the training of these systems. We don't program that in.
Some mothers say AI chatbots encourage their sons to harm themselves. One case involves a teenager who used character.ai in 2023.
It chats and turn plot holes into portals. The characters.
His mother, Megan Garcia, says she was unaware of the nature or intensity of these interactions at the time.
This product was dangerous. It was designed in a dangerous manner, and to warn them because I know the pain that I'm going through, and it was going to be a disaster for a lot of families and teenagers. So I'm trying to raise awareness. So it's like having a predator or a stranger in your home. The chatbot has the ability to do that.
I would use that to tell people, to tell their governments that we really have to work on how we're going to keep this stuff under control.
The evolution of artificial intelligence began in the 1940s, when scientists Walter Pitts and Warren McCulloch introduced the first mathematical model of a neural network, the foundation of machine intelligence. In 1957, Frank Rosenblatt advanced this idea by creating the perceptron, allowing machines to learn from data for the first time.
Scientists built a few working perceptrons, as these artificial brains were called.
He's using it to explore the mysterious problem of how the brain learns.
This perceptron is being trained to recognize the difference between males and females. It is something that all of us can do easily, but few of us can explain how.
But progress slowed. By the late 1970s and 1980s, limited computing power and funding cuts triggered what became known as the AI winter. Everything changed in the 2000s. The rise of big data, powerful processors, and the internet gave AI the ability to learn at massive scale. By the 2020s, AI reached new heights, powering fingerprint and facial recognition, voice assistants, medical diagnosis, and autonomous systems. Today, AI is no longer an experiment. It is a force shaping how we live and think. With $470.9 billion invested, America stands at the forefront of the global AI revolution.
With AI, it's good for many, many things. It's going to be magnificent in healthcare and education, and more or less any industry that needs to use its data is going to be able to use it better with AI. So we're not going to stop the development. You know, people say, well, why don't we just stop it now? We're not going to stop it because it's too good for too many things.
Mariana Cristina Dumbai suffered a catastrophic spinal injury, a complex, two-plane fracture of the spinal cord with significant internal bleeding. Surgeons implanted a titanium neuroelectrode array in her skull to record cortical activity and connected a spinal stimulation device below the injury. The implant records the brain's electrical patterns. An onboard computer uses artificial intelligence to translate those patterns into precise stimulation commands for the spinal implant. When the spinal stimulator sends timed electrical pulses, it activates the muscles in her legs and arms. With the system engaged, she can trigger coordinated muscle contractions and walk with an exoskeleton, moving limbs she could not feel or control before. To be clear, autonomy does not mean remote control. Once an autonomous system is programmed and assigned a mission, it operates independently. Using artificial intelligence, it can conduct surveillance, analyze its environment, identify potential targets, and, when authorized, select and engage them. No upgrade needed. In less than 8 years, this approach has enabled the development of autonomous fighter jets for the United States Air Force, school bus-sized autonomous submarines for the Australian Navy, and augmented reality combat systems that enhance human performance on the battlefield. These systems do not replace soldiers, they amplify them. AI extends human vision, reaction time, and situational awareness, turning operators into force multipliers.